Hey guys, what's up? It's Twice here, and today we have the first of our new segment. This is going to be our card fight area fights between myself and Odd, and hopefully Cross when he gets his computer back, because I guess there was something wrong with it. But this is the first of one of many replays I'm going to have for you. This is my Revenger, well, my Sweet Command deck rather, and Odd's Revenger deck, and he's been wanting to build this for a while. But since Card Fight Area has been updated, Drag Ruler Phantom is out, so he decided that he was going to use this. So I'm going to start off the replay, and we're going to go at 3 times speed. Alright, so initially, now I use Linshu because Linshu to me is just a more consistent Vanguard. First Thunder Draco Kid doesn't always get the superior break ride that people like, and frankly in this deck I wanted a little bit more consistency. I wanted to kill my opponent's rear guards like their starters, because we all know that Riot Horn is obviously a really good starting Vanguard. You want to kill stuff like that, or in this case, you want to kill Cloudus, because if you can kill your opponent's forerunning Vanguard, then you give yourself a huge advantage. So I'm going to ride into Demolition Dragon, and he's going to ride into Doran, who looks an awful lot like Cloudus. And then, of course, we're just going to set things off. Now, looking at my hand, I was kind of disappointed by this. I mean, I had everything that I needed, but, you know, I wasn't sure exactly of how I wanted to go about it from here. So I'm going to ride into Spark Rain, and now I'm going to get to use Linshu and kill that Cloudus. Drive check the Cho, and that's going to be helpful. He loses a Mordred Phantom, but as you'll see, that isn't really a problem. So I kill the Cloudus, and then he's going to take his turn. Draws into the Drag Ruler Phantom, which of course I didn't see right there. But looking at his hand now, he actually had a pretty good advantage. He had a really good way to set up, and of course, the advantage of the Revengers is that now the Revengers have the ability to call lots of units from the deck at one time and fill your field really fast in order to get off their tributing abilities. So then he's just going to ride into what is a new Revenger unit, which is Crisis Revenger Mana. He's going to search his deck, and again, this was a precedent for pretty much the rest of the game. He's going to be using these abilities a lot in order to fill up his field. So he's going to swing at me, I'm going to take the damage, and then there's the Drag Ruler that I saw. So I know what kind of deck he's running. So I'm going to ride into Ignition, call Shuki, and call Demolition, just because I want to get some pressure on him. Drive check into Zuitan and a critical trigger, which was really nice, because he takes the 4 damage, and now he's not break riding, so the 4 damage is really just a nice advantage for me. So now he's calling, he takes back the Blast Dark Revenger there, but now he's going to swing at me with Mordred, and drive checks the cutest card in the game, of course, Darkbond Trumpeter. Then he's going to swing at me with Tartu, and I'm just going to lose Demolition. And I'm going to draw into another heal trigger, which is never fun. But here is where I think he made a mistake, because I'm going to hit him with, or try to hit him with my Ignition Dragon. He's going to guard that. But then, as you'll see, he'll take the hit from Zuitan, which doesn't actually make a lot of sense, because Zuitan lets me unflip and then Soul Charge, meaning that it was a lot easier for me to use Sweep Command's ability. Plus I get that heal trigger, so, you know, it just makes it easier for Zuitan to hit. So now he's at 5, I'm at 3, I have completely open counterblast, and now I have lots of cards in the soul, so I think that was a misplay on his part. Anyway, now he's going to get the opportunity to show us, ladies and gentlemen, the card we've all been waiting for, freaking Revenger Drag Ruler Phantom. So with the break ride, he's going to get to call a grade 2 or less, so he's going to go ahead and call his mana, and it's going to get +5. With mana skill, he's going to get Dark Bond. With Dark Bond skill, he's going to get the stand trigger. So there again is the power of the Revengers. He's going to fill up his field really fast so that he can use Drag Ruler's skill, give himself an immense amount of power. Now, here's where I took the damage because, of course, it's part of Drag Ruler's skill, and frankly, I wanted to take the 4th damage, that way I could get the break ride off. So I think that was a little bit more helpful to me. Anyway, I'm going to take the 5th damage just because I don't want Drag Ruler's skill activating again, and then intercept with Zuitan because I have another one. And then I had the Eradicator Wyvern Guard, and I know that he wanted to get off the ability, but with that kind of hand size, it was pretty clear that I had some kind of perfect guard or shield or whatever in my hand where I would be able to stop the attack. So now he's going to go, he's going to get his crits, and he does run stand triggers in the deck, obviously, so that was unfortunate. But now I'm going to get to break right into a Sweep Command and just get a huge advantage. Because now I get to, well, he gets to retire 2 of his rear guards, which means that Shuki gets a nice +6. And unfortunately, I can't use the other part of Sweep Command's Limit Break in order to retire retire one of his front row rear guards, but that's okay because I still get the power and I still get the draw. And I still have Shoho and his weak hand in my hand, along with another Shuki. So I'm looking pretty good. I'm going to call the other Shuki. Unfortunately, it doesn't get a boost. But I am now also swinging for 39 at his Vanguard, which, I'm not going to lie, made me feel pretty good about this card. So I'm going to drive check into a Shuki and a Shoho, which is really nice because those are two awesome cards to have for next turn. That way I know I can use Sweep Command's ability again. So he managed to block my attacks, but he only has 3 cards in his hand, one of which is a grade 3 and 2 of which are Blaster Dark Revenger. So he's just going to call them so he can use the ability again. And so clearly I can't take another damage, but he still gets the power, which is also good. So kind of swinging at me for a little bit less here. I have plenty of shield. So I'm just going to do whatever I can to block them. And I know he doesn't like Eradicator Yellow Gem Carbuncle because he thinks it's creepy for some reason. And then he's going to try to swing at me for Blaster Dark Avenger, and this is pretty much where it became my game. But it was a good game in general. I just wanted to do this at the very end to kind of just strategize, get the most power I could out of Sweep Command because, I don't know, I felt like it. So yeah, retired the last of his rear guards for whatever reason, give a ton of power to Sweep Command, and then just pretty much finish him off right there. He knew that there really wasn't a way that he was going to win, even if he got a heal trigger, maybe so, but yeah, I'm just going to attack, he's going to guard. I don't get a trigger. I do drive check at grade 3, so if he had lived that turn, he probably would have won. But that was the first of hopefully many card fight area segments. I really want to do this segment more, especially now that new cards are coming out with set 15 and whatnot. I want to build a Venus Luquier deck. That's going to be super awesome. And I have a Ashley Reverse deck that I want to try. So this has been awesome. Have a great day. Keep card fighting, guys. And we will see you next time.